Good morning. Today we'll discuss about developments of surfaces of solids. Now, as you all know, these are the solids generally we use in engineering graphics: cubes, prisms, pyramids, cylinders, cones, etc. Spheres, hemisphere. All these things we'll draw in engineering drawing. And today we'll see how to do the development of the surface of the solids. Now, why we do the developments of surfaces of the solids? In the picture you can see there are some ducts. Okay, these ducts, in order to fabricate them, what we will do, first we will make the development and then we'll mold those developments into this kind of intricate shapes. That is the purpose why we do developments of the solids. Now, the development of surface of solid, what do you mean by that? Say suppose if I cut here at these edges and open the surface, then that is called the development of the surface. So here you can see these are two are the pyramids and this is the cube. So how many faces are there? Here four triangles are there, so we have the four surfaces, and here we have four triangles and a square. The total 5 surfaces are there. Now here we have 6 surfaces, so all the 6 surfaces are opened by cutting at the edges. Okay, that is the meaning of development of surfaces. But the example that we have seen previously, that doesn't involve the complete solids. Okay, so we have to cut the solids and then develop the surfaces, then only the surfaces will be useful for making intricate ducts. Okay, now the solids like cones and pyramids, if they are cut and the top portion is removed, they are called frustums of solids, and the main frustum of a cone and frustum of a pyramid. Now, if in case of cylinders and prisms, if I cut at a section and remove the top portion, then the remaining portion is called a truncated solid. So it is a truncated cylinder and truncated prism. And here we are interested in developing the lateral surface of the solids, not the total surface. So what do you mean by lateral surface? Lateral surface means if I exclude the top and bottom or top and base of the solid and develop the remaining surface, then it is called the lateral surface of the solid. So we'll see. So this is the cylinder. Say suppose if I cut here at this edge and open, so what is the length of the lateral surface that I can obtain is equal to the perimeter of the solid. And what is the height of the development? It is equal to the height of the cylinder. So this is the perimeter of the cylinder, that is the length of the development. Now here in cylinders you can see we are showing only the outline. Even if you want, if you are dividing the circle into 8 equal parts and drawing those lines here 8 equal parts, the internal things should be very thin, only the outline should be dark in case of cylinders. Now in case of cone, what we have to do? So again we have to cut here at one section and do the development. Now what is the shape? It is the shape of a sector. Sector means we need two things: radius of the sector and the angle of the sector, included angle of the sector. So the included angle is given by this, and what is this L? The L is the slant height of the cone. It is not the vertical height, it is the slant height of the cone. And R is the base circle diameter, base circle radius. Here if diameter is given, then R is equal to D by 2. So using that you can find out the angle of the sector. Now if the slant height of the cone is the radius of the sector, and theta is the angle, included angle of the sector. Then this is the development for this cone. Okay, now here again you can see here only the outline is shown dark, there are no intermediate lines. So in case of cylinders and cones, only the outline will be shown in dark, the internal things, generators, will be shown in very light things. Now in case of prisms, see here is a prism, a pentagonal prism. So suppose if I cut here and open the lateral surface, I will get 5 rectangles. Okay, now each rectangle, the base side, the side is same for all the rectangles, the side will be same, and height is equal to the height of the prism. So we will have 5 rectangles side by side. That is why we have the internal edges also dark in case of prisms. Similarly, for pyramids, what we have to do, here we have 4, because the base is a square, we have 4 triangles. Now if I place the 4 triangles side by side similar to this fashion, then we will get the development of this pyramid. Now the base side is equal to, side of the base of the triangle is equal to the side of the base of the pyramid. Then what is the slant height? This slant height we should know, and that slant height is equal to the true length of the slant height of the pyramid. So this is the basics of. Now here in case of pyramids and prisms, the internal edges also should be shown dark, in dark, that we have to remember. That is the difference between the cylinders, cones, and prisms and pyramids. Now we will solve few questions and then we will close the session. A pentagonal prism, 30 mm base side, 50 mm axis, is standing on HP on its base, whose one side is perpendicular to VP. It is cut by a section plane 60 degrees inclined to HP. Through the midpoint of the axis, draw the development of remaining solid. So that is the question. So first we will see without cutting the solid how to do the development, then we will cut the solid. So the prism is resting on its base on HP, okay, with one side perpendicular to VP. So in top view you see the true shape of the base. How is the base? Where one side of the base is perpendicular to VP. So one side is perpendicular to XY and it is like this. Then you this is the length of the base side, this is the numbering that I am giving, and I am finding the axis. How to find the axis? Join the midpoint of the side with the opposite corner. Okay, the opposite corner, if I join midpoint of the side, then two sides, if I do like that, then I will get the axis. The intersection of those two lines is axis. So from this I will get the axis. So the axis height is 50 mm, that is given, and now I can complete the prism. So this is the front view and top view. Now I have to do the development. So as we have discussed previously, here it is a pentagon and it is a prism. So 5 rectangles will be there side by side. So this is the development of the prism without any section plane. Now if I have a section plane which is inclined at an angle of 60 degrees with HP and passing through the midpoint of the axis. So first I have to identify the midpoint of the axis, and passing through the midpoint of axis I have to make a line whose angle, this angle is 60 degrees with HP. So that is what I have to do. Now here this edge 6, 7 and 6, 10, edge 6, 7 and 6, 10, they are cut at 2 points A, F, and the edge 7, 2, 2, 7 and 5, 10, they are cut at B and E. So the edge, similar to that, the edge 2, 3 and 5, 4, they are cut at C and D. So these things I have to, the cut portion I have to remove, and the remaining portion I have to darken. So this dark line, the dark portion is the remaining portion, or it is the truncated prism for which we are going to do the development. Now I have to do the same. I have to identify these points A, B, C, D, E, F in the top view. So I have to draw the projections and identify the points. Okay, what I did, I have drawn the projections from top and identify the intersection points here. So on edge 5, 4, D is there, on edge 2, 3, C is there, and here the B 2, 7, they are in one line, and E 5, 10, they are in one line. So this point is E and this point is B, and the edge 6, 7 is cut at A, and the edge 6, 10 is cut at F, so that that point is F. So if I join this A, B, C, D, E, F and the outer lines which are remaining, then I will get the top view of the truncated solid. Now what I have to do, I have to identify these points A, B, C, D, E, F in this development. So how to do that? So first, the straight away simple thing, the vertical edges, wherever the vertical edges are cut, from that draw the line, horizontal line. So this is cut at 2, 7 and 5, 10. So 2, 7 and 5, 10, I will get 2 points B and E. Now how to get the remaining points? The points, the true length of 6, 7 is shown in top. So this distance you take, you measure this distance, this distance I have to measure and I have to mark here. Okay, and similarly I have to measure this distance and I have to mark here this distance. So these distances are marked, I will get points there, F, A, and similarly I can identify this distance I can identify and mark here, and this distance I can identify and mark here on edge 2, 3. So these distances are marked. Now once all these points are known, what I have to do, I have to join all these points with a straight line. So AB straight line, BC straight line, CD straight line, DE straight line, EF straight line, and again join. And I can join the intermediate lines also thick, because this is the retained surface. So all the dark lines that are shown here is the development of the truncated prism. Okay, so this is about the development of prism. Next one is, we will see the development of a cylinder. Okay, how is the cylinder? It is resting on its base on HP. Here a small mistake is there. It is resting on its base. In cylinder there is no side, so this point is wrong. So the cylinder is resting on its base on HP. It is cut by a section plane 45 degrees to HP through the midpoint of the axis. So that is the question. Draw the development of lateral remaining surface of the solid. Okay, so it is resting on HP. So top view you will see the circle, base of the cylinder is circle, so that we will see in the top view. Divide that into 8 equal parts. So this is the diameter of the circle given, and these are the 8 parts. So the top and bottom I am giving as 1 1 1. So for visualization purpose I have given only 1 here. So draw the projections of 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 onto xy and extend the axis, and the axis length is 70 mm given in the question, and this is the front view of the cylinder. Now I have to mark 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 on top and bottom. So for that reason I am giving 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and 1 1 2 1 3 1 4 1 5 6 7 8 1. Like that I am giving all these points in in front view. Now as we have discussed, without cutting the section plane, the development will be a simple big rectangle. Now you can ask me why we have shown rectangles, okay, and what is the length of this rectangle. It is approximately equal to this length, okay, this length and this length is approximately equal. And what is the total length? It is equal to pi d, okay. Now I can give the numberings 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1, and here 1 1 2 1 3 1 4 1 5 6 5 1 6 1 7 1 8 1 1 1, like that the numbering is given. So this is the development without any section plane. But why we have shown the intermediate lines? Because when the when the section plane is cut, we have points on the intermediate generators. So in order to get those points, we have shown here in thin lines. These should not be dark lines, these are thin lines. Now we cut the section plane at what height? This height is given midpoint. So this is the midpoint of the axis. Identify the midpoint of the axis, and from that you draw a line. This angle is given as 45 degrees. And here we should remember one thing: this end and this end should be dark and the intermediate line should be thin in case of the section plane, and the axis is a thin line, and similar to the axis the section plane also will be looking like. Now identify the generator 1 1 1 is cut at A. So you got the points in the top view also, A B C D E F G H. Now I drop the horizontal lines from A dash, B dash, C dash, like that, and then I will get the development. So this is A dash. So A dash is cutting at the 1 1 edge, the edge 1 1 1. Both sides it is there. I will get 2 points. Next the second one is cutting, the B is on 2 2 1 and H is on 8 8 1. So you can see here this is B and this is B and this is H. And next this one is on 4. So this is D and this is F. This one is C, this one is C, and this one is G. Like that I have to identify points and I have to join. Now here how to join? Previously we have joined with straight lines in case of prisms, but in case of cylinders we will join all these points with a smooth curve like this, and I will join the remaining portion. So here you can see only the outline is dark, all the remaining internal lines are very thin lines. So this is about the development of the cylinder, okay. Next, hexagonal pyramid of base side 20 mm and axis 25 mm and axis 70 mm is resting on HP on its base with one of its base edges perpendicular to VP. It is cut by a section plane 45 degrees to HP passing through the midpoint of the axis. So that is what is given. So first we will draw the development of the pyramid without section plane. So how to do that? It is resting on its base. So the top view is the true shape of the hexagon, because the base is hexagon we will see the hexagon in the top view. So how is the hexagon? One edge is perpendicular to VP. So this is one edge perpendicular to VP. Now what is the length of the edge is 25. A, B, C, D, E, F. We divide that one and join all the corners, so that I will get if we join all the corners, I will get the axis. So this is if I drop all the projections from all the points, I will get like this: A, B, C, D, E, F. Now I have to find the axis. The axis is passing through this point, which is below this edge. So since the axis is below this edge, we are not showing the axis, we are showing only the edge. Now what is the height? Height is 70 mm, and the vertex, the apex is O dash. Now what I have to do? I have to identify what is the true length of this OE, because that is required for drawing the triangles. So how to get that? So we have to get this one. So here this length OA I need to get. So how to get that? Okay, don't worry, you see here. Now I am explaining how to get OA. Okay, what I have to do? I have to rotate this OE horizontally. So this OE is made horizontal. So I get E1, and E1 I will doing the projection, and I am joining with the apex. So this O dash E1 dash is the true length of the triangle. Okay, so the length here, this length is equal to O dash E dash. Okay, this is OE. O dash E dash E1 dash, O dash E1 dash. So this is the this length is equal to this length. And what is this length? This length is nothing but 25. Now we got this development. We have 6 triangles. So what I have to do? I have to identify the points. Now once I cut the axis, this is the midpoint of the axis, passing through that I will cut the line. So I got the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at different edges. Now point 1 and 2 I have to get on top view. So they are on OA I am having 1, and OB I am having 2, and similarly OD I am having 4, and OE I am having 5. So directly I can get these 2 points. Now how to get the point 3 dash and 3, 6 on this? So what I have to do? Drop a locus line onto O dash E dash, and from there you drop a vertical line. Okay, what I did, I have drawn a horizontal line onto O dash E dash, and then drop the projection onto OE1. Now with this radius, what is the radius? O, and this one, this length as radius, I have drawn an arc. Okay, with O as center and O3 as radius, I have drawn an arc, so that I will get 2 points. So this, in this way I will get points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in top view. Now what I have to do? I have to join all these points and the edges. So this is the solid which is remaining. It is the what you call the frustum of the cone, top view of the frustum of the cone. Now what I have to do? I have to identify the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the development. So how to do that? So what I have to do? I have to draw a horizontal line from 1, 2 onto this OE. So I have this distance. With this distance I will get 0.4 and 5, and with this distance I will get 0.3 and 6, and with distance I will get the points 1 and 2 on the developments. So what I have to do with this radius? With this radius I will get points 1 and 2 with O dash 4 1 dash, O dash 3 1 dash, O dash 2 1 dash. I have to draw arcs on these points so that I will get the points on the developments. So where is the point? Now with radius O dash 4 1 dash, if I draw an arc on like this, I will get on D and E, I will get 2 points. Now with O dash 3 1 dash, I have to draw arcs on 3 and F. This here and here, 2 places I have to draw an arc here and here. Similarly on AB, so here I will get another point, here I will get one point, here I will get 1 point, and here I will get 1 point. What is the radius for this? It is O dash 2 1 dash. So if I join all these points with straight lines, I will get the development. So here all the lines are joined with, all the points are joined with straight lines, since it is a pyramid. Okay, so this is about the development of the pyramid. Now we will look into the development of the cone. Okay, so here the cone is of base 50 mm diameter and axis 70 mm. Okay, and the cutting plane is at a 45 degrees to HP and passing through one end of the generator. So that is what you have to remember. So since the cone is resting on HP, top view you will get the circle. So this is the circle. Now what is the diameter? Diameter is 50 mm, and divide the circle into 8 equal parts. Complete the front view and top view. So this is the front view and top view. Now with radius O dash E dash, O dash E dash is radius, and what is the angle? Angle is given by theta is equal to 25. So here what is the angle? So base radius is 25, but slant radius we don't know. What is the slant height? Slant height, if you measure O dash, I will get what is the slant height. So 25 by O dash E dash into 360. If I put, I will get the angle. With that angle and radius O dash E dash, I will draw the sector. So this is the development of the cone without any section plane. Now what I have to do? I have to draw the section plane. How is the section plane? It is passing through one end of the generator. So one end of the base. Okay, so it is passing through either A or E. So I am taking it passing through A and making an angle of 45 degrees with HP. Okay, now identify the intersection points. So I have to identify the intersection points. So the section plane is cutting OA at 1, OB at 2, OH at 8, OC at 3, OG at 7, OF at 6, OD at 4, OE at 5. Like this I will get points. Now what I have to do? I have to draw the projections of these points on the top view and identify the points in the top view. Okay, so these points I will get without any difficulty because they are on these lines. So this is 2, this is 8, and this is 2, this is 1, this is 6, this is 4, this is 5. But I need to know what is where is point 3 and 7. since this generator is perpendicular, perpendicular, the top view is perpendicular, so what I have to do, I have to draw a line like this and then drop a projection, and with this radius, now what is the radius, this distance is radius, with this distance radius, and this point as center, I will draw arc. If I draw arc like this, I will get 2 points, these are 3 and 7. Okay, so now once I get all these points, if I join, then this is the top view of the frustum of the cone. Now what I have to do, I have to identify all the points 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 5 6 7 8 on the true length of the generators. The true length of generator is OE. So draw the locus lines of all the points onto OE. So point this one, this is okay. So if I will drop a or locus line here. So with O dash 2 dash, I will get 2 points. One is on H, other one is on B. So OH and OB, I will get 2 points. Next, with the 3 dash, O dash 3 dash has radius. What I have to do, I have to cut on OC and OG. So if I cut like that, I will get 2 more points. Now with distance O4 dash, I have to cut on OF and OD. So I will get 2 more points. Now 5 is already on E dash. So O dash 5 dash I will take and I will cut on E. So I will get the generator, the point. So this is the points 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and where is 1? 1 is on A directly. So I don't have to worry much about point 1 here since it is on A. Now if I join all these points, how to join? Not with straight lines, be careful. These points should be joined with a smooth curve like this, and then the outline. So this is the development of the cone. Okay, so the development of the frustum of cone will be like this. Only outline is dark and all the remaining lines are thin lines. Thank you.